All right, welcome back, everybody. Fucking Sarcasm Speaks, Bob and Jared coming at you on a sullen Sunday evening. My last 4 bets of my day have not gone well. I cashed fucking left and right all day. I think I was plus 6 or 7 units.
That's after last Sunday, weren't you like 7 units?
Yeah, I've been on a fucking tear. And so I forget what it was. I was plus we'll split the difference. I was plus 6.5 units. And I had, in these afternoon games, the Pittsburgh team total over 29, the Dallas Cowboys under team total 13.5, which they scored 13 in the first half of the game. So I was like, okay, I know what I'll do. I'll take the over now to hedge my bet, which was 19.5, and they scored 19. So they middled, and I lost both bets there, and I lost the Pittsburgh.
I just would like to say, you haven't officially lost. There's still 7 seconds left, and Dallas has the ball on the 35? Looks like the 35.
Pittsburgh's 35?
Yes.
Yeah, they lost.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, they're on the 29.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen. And then I cashed the Arizona team total over, and then I live bet the game over at 67.5, and that game ended up ending at what, 65?
60.
Yeah, it was 34-31.
Yeah, 65 because the guy kicked a 50
field
goal short.
Oh, how did I forget that? Zane fucking Gonzalez. This guy lines up for a 49-yard field goal, hits it dead fucking straight, and it's short. It's 2020. Since when the fuck do field goal kickers miss 49-yard field goals when they go straight? Normally you miss a 50-yarder because it goes left or right. All these guys can fucking bomb the ball. This fucking, who was it earlier? I forget what game it was. I
needed that field goal to hit.
Someone tried to hit a 67-yard field goal.
Oh, it might have been, 67?
Yeah, I forget what game it was. Someone went out to kick a 67-yard field goal. And they had the length. They were wide right, but they had the length. You got guys that kick 50-yard. This isn't 2003. You don't have guys that are out there like, dun, 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 dun. These guys, it was Joey Sly. It was Carolina. The dude, because I remember I looked at him. He's fucking huge.
He can kick it.
He's absolutely huge. He's like the DK Metcalf of kickers.
Yeah, he can fucking kick it.
He never misses on day. So Joey Sly goes out there to kick a 67-yard field goal, and he has the fucking length. Like, it would have been good from like 70, but it was wide right. And now you have shitty fucking Zane Gonzalez goes out there to kick a 49-yard field goal that goes dead straight. Dead fucking straight. But it was like 2 yards short. Because I took the fucking over in that game.
You know Kelly in Vegas?
Yeah. She's pretty good.
So truthfully what she does, like her big picks of the week, it's always an underdog that no one's on. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So like she would have had Dallas today because everybody was all over the Steelers.
Oh yeah.
And there was another one that everyone was all over. Fuck, can't remember. But that's what she does. But her big thing is kicking is for losers because kickers fucking fuck everything up.
Yeah. Yeah. Get it out of the game. Get rid of it. I don't care. They're trying to do all these stupid fucking things, remove kicker from the game at this point. I don't care. Get rid of it. Do an automatic fucking point or a 2-point. I don't care. And get Zane Gonzalez out of my fucking face. The guy kicks a dead straight ball from 49 yards and it only goes 47. You fucking loser. Oh my God. So now I'm down. I was plus 6, we'll call it 6.5 units, and now I'm only plus like 2.5 because I lost. Well, with the juice, I'm probably only plus 2 units now. That was probably a 4-unit fucking swing because I middled and lost on the Cowboys team total, and I lost the Pittsburgh team total, and then Zane fucking Gonzalez fucked me because he can't kick a fucking field goal. because he's a bitch. Because he missed the weight room. He skips leg day. Joey Sly never skips leg day or fucking arm day. Zane Gonzalez doesn't even know what a weight room looks like.
That being said, you still have a 10-way teaser alive.
I do.
You have the under tonight alive.
I know. I'm still kicking, but I'm just
and you
pissed.
got that. Oh, you got that 3-way teaser. That's gonna level down because it was a push.
I got a push in that, yeah.
So that would be shit odds. But if you're gonna hit, nope, never mind. They don't all hinge on the same thing. Let's see. Oh, if you hit one, you'll hit them all.
Yeah. Or if I miss one, they're all fucked.
Are you actually? Did you?
What?
Hold on.
What do you?
Okay, you put something in wrong. No, because it says you're up 52 units.
No.
Well, it says that because the 6-way teaser that you hit came in at plus 2227. I don't know what the 6-way. I don't know what the payoff is on that.
Yeah, I have to look. I have to double check.
Yeah, so that put you up 51 units.
Oh my god, imagine.
But that's a simple accounting error.
Yeah, no. That's a decimal point.
But you hit it.
Yeah, I hit the 16 teaser.
Let me see.
I got a 10-teamer. I got a 10-team 21-point teaser.
Yeah, you hit that 6-way teaser.
Yeah.
What does that pay? Does that just pay even?
What?
The 6-way, 13 points.
Honestly, I don't know anything off the top of my head. I don't because those teasers are so weird.
I'd like to tell you what you were.
Yeah.
Because right now it reads you're 11-8 with plus 52 units.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. 11-8. Imagine that. I was 11-4 on the day.
Yeah.
Before the late window. Well, not I can't. If I exclude all of the late window, I was probably 9-4. Or 10-4.
Well,
and now I'm 11-8.
I'll put it to you this way.
What a fucking loser.
I've got it
Thanks,
for you.
Zane Gonzalez.
Let me just allow me to pile this on for you. So between the Steelers game and the Dolphins game, you had 2, 4, 6 bets, 1 and 5.
Yep. There we go. That says it all right there. So, here we are. Here we are on a Sunday night.
I went 3-1, but I've only been doing half unit plays.
Yeah.
On the team totals and the live stuff because I haven't really done a lot with it before.
Yeah.
So I'm probably not up much. I'm probably only up like a couple of units or something.
Yeah. So this actually didn't work out the way I kind of wanted it to, but I still want to bring it up because Ben DiNucci didn't actually play. They went with Garrett Gilbert today for the Cowboys. But after Ben DiNucci played last week, they started doing the thing that, and by they, I mean the collective fucking morons that live in this world. They started digging up old tweets from Ben DiNucci from 2012. And they started like reposting them and screenshotting and sharing. And though none of it was bad, so it wasn't, I forget the kid from the Angels or the Dodgers, whatever, that they blasted because he said the N-word on Twitter. Like I don't know what it was, but so they just pulled up some weird shit. Like he tweeted some weird shit, but it was 2012. So I look at it and I go, huh.
He must have been what, 15 years old?
Well, this is what I'm getting at. 2012. Well, Ben DiNucci's a young fucking kid. So I go up and I look, like I see when he's born, and I do the math. He was 16 years old in 2012. So he was in high school, and he was like saying like dumb shit. Now this was last week too, and because he didn't start today, I didn't go back and relook at the tweets. But I read them all, and nothing stood out as like a ooh, I didn't have a yeesh, like that's really bad moment.
Yeah.
I just had he's a fucking idiot. He's 16 years old. He's tweeting stupid shit. Like he's just being an idiot. But everyone was trying to cancel Ben DiNucci last week.
They should be canceling him because of his fucking performance last week.
Yeah, because he's terrible.
Sidearm pass on the sideline.
Yeah. So they went with Garrett Gilbert today and almost fucking pulled it off. So, but yeah, I thought that was fucking stupid. Like I said, if Danucci actually did play, I was gonna go back and look more into it, but because he wasn't even in the game, I totally forgot. Like all it would have taken was them to say his name, and I would have fucking went and re-looked it up because I knew we were coming on here. But so obviously this is our first show post-election, and I don't really want to spend any actual time talking about the election, mostly because I feel like all of the people that listen to this have probably had it shoved down their fucking throats between TV and social media and all that. So I don't want. I want this to be a reprieve from all that bullshit. The only thing I'll say is, hey, I predicted this. You go back and listen to episode 194. We predicted the downfall of society. So
yeah, they're gonna kill him.
Yeah, you listen to that episode and you know how I feel about how this is gonna go. My only hope now though is we can just get back to some fucking normalcy. Like I don't give a shit about the fucking president. I just want the world to be normal again. I want to be able to go out and do things, and I want all this bullshit to be over with.
It's getting worse.
The one thing I will say too that I hope is that, so for 4 years, we sat here and, well, we haven't been on the show, but for 4 years and the time that we've been on this show, we sat here and we've ridiculed people on the left for being whiny, crybaby bitches. My hope is now that the right doesn't become whiny, crybaby bitches, but we'll see. Because if they do, I will be the first one in line to fucking rip them for being said whiny, crybaby bitches. Because I hate that. I don't like whiny fucking bitches. So at the end of the day, that's all it comes down to. So we'll see. I don't know. Do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of nice. I finally got to rip Republicans again for the first time since the Confederacy shit.
Yeah.
So that's my thing.
The Confederacy statues.
Yeah.
Not since like the actual Confederacy.
I haven't been alive that long. No, I finally got to rip Republicans. Because honestly, it felt like I was piling on the Democrats for a while.
Well, yeah, because
and I didn't want
they
to
were the ones that sucked.
Yeah, and they were the loudest, whiniest, most annoying.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to. But I didn't want to get that misconstrued as like, you know, I'm a Republican or I support the Republican side. Or,
exactly.
You know, I hate Democrats or I hate liberals. I hate most people.
I hate everybody.
I hate everybody. So now, like, the Republicans sitting outside the fucking polls, stop the count. It's like, well, you guys sound retarded.
Yeah.
It's not stop the count. If you want an actual election, wait for it to fucking shake out.
And I know I said I don't want to get into it, so I'm going to keep this super brief. If there was any kind of weird fuckery with the election, I hope it is found out, and I hope there is an actual resolution. One way or the other, I don't care. If we come out and they say that there was no fuckery and Biden won fair and square and all this, whatever, let's go, he's the president, awesome, let's move forward, he's the fucking president. If it comes out and there was fuckery, then I don't know what the steps happen after that. I don't know if you can't just give it to Trump because there are other people. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to go down a fucking rabbit hole on that. I've done enough fucking rabbit hole searching over the last 2.5 months with this stupid fucking election, and it's over, and I don't care, and I'm ready to not talk politics for a little while. So I'm done with that. In other news, we had an earthquake today.
Yeah, allegedly.
Massachusetts got hit with a fucking earthquake today. It was it was a 4.0 magnitude earthquake, which for all intents and purposes is kind of a bitch earthquake. It's not enough to actually do real damage.
It's the me of earthquake.
Yeah, it had big me energy going around over there. But it happened, I think the center point, focal point, I don't know what they call it with fucking earthquakes. But
the eye of the earthquake.
Yeah, the eye of the earthquake was Buzzards Bay on the Cape. So there were reports that you could feel it as far west as Connecticut. I'm assuming everywhere in Massachusetts probably felt it. People in Rhode Island. But allegedly it happened right around 8:30 this morning, and that also just happens to be when I woke up. So I don't know if the earthquake is what woke me up, or if I woke up right after it finished, or I just woke up and in the midst of waking up and kind of like coming to when you first wake up, you missed it. But either way, I missed it. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I missed it too. Michaela thought she heard the windows rattle.
Yeah.
Which her washing machine also does that.
Yeah.
So she said it felt like the washing machine was on, which it was not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it very well could have waken me up. Like the reason why I woke up at 8:30 could have been because of the fucking earthquake. But I don't know. I was asleep.
Well, that was the other thing too. So I went down to the basement, and she said she had heard a bang when I was down in the basement, and that is allegedly when it happened.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Could have knocked something off of something.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it was all over Twitter. Like everyone was like, "Oh, dude, we just got an earthquake." What? Like, "Oh, earthquake," and I was like, didn't catch that one." Whatever.
Well, like I texted you, it feels, and this we said this months ago.
Yeah.
And it's even more apparent now. It feels like someone's playing The Sims.
Yes.
Is bored of the game. And is now just throwing everything at us.
They're like, I just want this game to be over.
Yeah.
I have to go do my homework.
Like, they won't stop playing. They won't stop playing until all chaos has ensued.
Yeah.
But that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
So even as stupid as this is, Michaela, I don't remember what day it was, maybe Friday. She's like, dude, I saw the biggest, like, fluffiest, like, Lassie. I don't know what dog Lassie is.
Some kind of collie.
Okay. So she saw a big fluffy Lassie. I go, no fucking way. I saw the biggest, fluffiest Lassie. She goes, is this a glitch in the simulation?
Yes.
Like, we both saw the same dog in different places?
Yes.
I saw it in, like, Easton.
Yeah. I'm through the last 2.5 months of rabbit holing that I've done, I'm...
Like, we're not living in real world.
No, so you know what's really funny is the statistical probability of being in a simulation is greater than 50%. Like, I listened to someone, I'm way too fucking stupid
let me go grab the tinfoil.
to repeat this, like, actually, but just Google it. Google, like, if you're listening out there, Google, it might have been on Joe Rogan, it might have been on Lex Friedman, I don't fucking know. But if you Google statistical probability in a simulation, like, it's been mathematically done that it's greater than 50%. Now, that might be like 50.5%, but the fact of the matter is there's a greater than 50% chance.
We're more likely to be living in a simulation than not living in a simulation.
Yes, yeah. And it has to do with, like, this weird mathematical equation, and then the guy was talking about how, like, once you become into the simulation, you then wouldn't recognize anything that would be non-simulation. Again, hey, I am way too fucking stupid to try and figure this out and try and regurgitate that information to you guys, but other smart people have actually figured it out. So you can go ahead and use the Google machine and see what I'm talking about here, because it's been said that odds are we're living in a simulation. So, I mean, whatever. At that point, it's like, what does this matter?
No, it's like, I don't know, whatever. The world's a fucking joke.
Yeah, it is an absolute joke.
I know Jim Murray says all the time, like, we are living in hell.
Yeah, well, that's also the other thing too. I gave up politics to pick up fucking religion. Here we go. But that's also, like, one of the beliefs in like religion is that, like, the whole heaven and hell thing, and, like, heaven is.
I didn't mean the literal hell.
Well, no, but, like, there's a theory that, like, this is hell. Like, we're living in hell.
I would not be surprised.
And, like, earth is hell, and then heaven is, like, the enlightenment that happens, like, afterwards, you know, like, all that shit. So it's, I don't know, it's this whole other weird thing. The last 2.5 months aren't the only times I've been
We should
clearly.
We should start a segment just called Crackpot Theories.
and dress and wear Oregon Ducks t-shirts because crack is legal in Oregon.
That's
Did
the
you see
craziest
that?
thing.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
They decriminalized all drugs.
Yes. So if you're a big meth guy,
Yeah.
Oregon's your place. And what did I say?
You know what though? Good for Oregon. No, you go.
What did I say before the election about the entire West Coast?
Oh, he fucking
Saw them
sucks.
off. Saw them off.
Get rid of it. We need an earthquake out there. Can we
They
send this earthquake out there?
No, they get real earthquakes.
Yeah, no, I know.
They're resilient to them. They're
Yeah.
like almost like they get like immune to them.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh, good on Oregon for biting the bullet and taking all the fucking drug addicts in the country. 'Cause that's exactly how it's going to happen. Because I had this conversation with someone at work the other day talking about, because again, the election fucking came up, but they were talking about Florida and felons.
Yep.
How felons are allowed to vote in Florida.
Yep.
And I was like, well, all that's going to do is just draw more felons to move to Florida. Like, they need more of those. And the person I was talking to was like, wait, no, they can't. They're in jail. And I go, no. Like, when they get out of jail, they move to Florida because then they can vote. And she was like, oh, I didn't even think of it like that. So I was like, well, yeah, I mean, Florida's already a shithole, so now it's just going to be more of a shithole. There's like all the felons are going to move to Florida because they want to be able to vote. Yeah. So in the same aspect, good on Oregon for biting the bullet, being like, you know, this reminds me.
Your poor.
Yes. I was just about to say this reminds me
weak.
of that. Send us your poor. Send us your weak. Send us your downtrodden. All this. Oregon's over there. I'll do you one better.
Send us your drug addicts.
Send us your crackheads. Send us your meth addicts. Send us your fucking heroin users. We'll take them all. Yep. And it's like, all right, cool, man. Just go live in Oregon. That's cool with me. Get them all the fuck out of here and just get them all in Oregon. You know what? I think that they may be onto something here where maybe we just designate states. Have them, well, we can't do that per se, but maybe we have them self-designate what kind of shithole they want to be. So Florida wants to have more felons, so they allow felons to vote. So what do we do with all the drug addicts? I don't know. Let's send them to Oregon because all drugs are decriminalized in Oregon.
But this is how everything works.
What do we want to do with all the potheads? Oh, we'll send them to Colorado because it's totally legal in Colorado. Yeah. It's like, all right, cool.
Well, think about it like this too. Even when Massachusetts was one of the first few states to have gay marriage,
yeah,
a lot of gay couples started moving here.
Right.
Once you start putting in goofy fucking laws, like all the degenerates live in fucking Nevada, like
yeah,
and now it's New Jersey, which is doing better than Nevada.
Yeah,
was more people.
Right.
But, I mean, the states can dictate.
Yeah,
by their law, like who's gonna go there.
That is free market, like economics, capitalism, whatever you want to. That is free market 101. You just kind of like let them do whatever and let the market correct for itself. So like, if Oregon now makes all drugs decriminalized, well, people that want to do drugs and not get in trouble are going to go to Oregon. And now the people that don't want to be around other people that are doing drugs are now going to leave Oregon. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's a free market where it just corrects for itself. So eventually, over time...
Can they leverage that somehow, you think?
What do you mean?
So now that...
I would assume the entire state just took a massive hit as property value. Like, massive.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Can they leverage it for good in any way, shape, or form?
So the one thing I will say is that... So that's the other thing, too. People are going around, and obviously, hey, this isn't a fucking news show. We've said this numerous times over the last few weeks. We are saying this in jest. Drugs being decriminalized is totally different than drugs being legal. So you have to remember that, too.
I do think shrooms are legal now in Oregon.
Psilocybin is legal for research purposes, I believe.
Okay.
Which I believe is actually a really good thing, because psilocybin has shown in clinical trials and things like that, has shown very effective in treating like psychological mood disorders like PTSD and things like that. So I do think that it's a good thing to have psilocybin at least be able to be researched again, because after the whole LSD thing in the 60s and MK Ultra and all that shit with Harvard or MIT, whichever fucking place that was that did that. Ronald Reagan came out and said, no, all drugs are bad. We're starting a war on drugs. And then all drugs became illegal. And then, well, the issue with doing that is now we can't research them in the country. So we haven't been able, we've always known that LSD and psilocybin have been effective at treating some things. That's why we were doing research on them in the 50s and the 60s.
You're crazy, man.
So then the Reagan administration comes in and starts this war on all drugs. Now all drugs are banned. So now we have 70, 80, 90, 2010. We have roughly 50 years of just a gap in research in this country. So other countries around the world have done some research, but let's face it, are other countries going to research like the United States? No, outside of maybe like China and Russia. But then you always question what their motives are.
You shitting me?
By doing that. Yeah, I'm saying like as a research capacity, like a capacity for conducting research. So I don't know. I'm excited that psilocybin is out there and it potentially will evolve and develop into helpful things in the future. Inevitably, it's going to get fucked up because I hate pharmaceutical companies, and when they can get their hands on it, they're going to fuck it up somehow because whatever drugs they come up with won't be just psilocybin, because why would it? They're going to add some other shit to it, and then it's going to cause all kinds of issues, but whatever. But I do like the idea that we could potentially move forward in treating some of these psychological disorders with something that's natural, like psilocybin, and not something that's made in a fucking lab like Xanax. So, I do like it on that front. But again, so what we were saying before about Oregon,
so
it doesn't mean drugs are legal.
So my question was, because obviously
the alternative.
Well,
they can go to rehab.
So I was gonna ask, can they leverage this somehow so that they become like rehab capital of the fucking world?
Yes. That's what it is. They're given a choice. So if you're caught with whatever drugs in Oregon, instead of going to jail, you can either pay a fine, or if you refuse the fine, you can opt into a rehab program. So all things considered,
and decriminalization is just no jail time. Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't go to jail for it.
And you won't get like a Corey form,
right.
Yeah.
Now,
background checks.
you also have to remember the difference between state and federal, because there's maybe roughly 20-ish states right now that have fully legal for recreational use marijuana, but federally it's still illegal. The DEA can come fucking kick your door in and arrest you for having marijuana because federally it's illegal.
Yeah, it's a waste of their time.
Yeah, unless you're a fucking growing operation that's like selling shit.
It needs to be like a massive
Yeah.
operation.
You have to be those people that we saw on Murder Mountain. Remember
Yes.
that Netflix documentary? So yeah, they're all decriminalized in Oregon, but you still could get scooped up by the federal government and thrown in federal pound me in the ass prison. So, it's funny. It's funny. What it does is it makes great memes, and it gives people something to laugh at. That everyone in Oregon, like the Dave Chappelle memes, have been fucking awesome.
Did you see
with peanut butter and crack, and with a peanut butter and crack sandwich? Tyrone Biggums. He goes, I'm moving to Oregon. This is called peanut butter and crack.
Did you see him on SNL?
No. Did you?
Either.
No.
I heard mixed reviews.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
the same people that are bitching about the election results,
Yeah.
were bitching about Dave Chappelle. It sounds like.
Well, yeah.
He's not even funny.
Yeah.
All he did was say the N-bomb 4 times.
Yeah, it's because they're all butthurt about stupid shit. Like, no one can just appreciate, and we saw this years ago. In the comedy world, no one can just appreciate comedy for what it is anymore. Everyone looks at comedy as if it's rhetoric, and it's not. It's fucking comedy, dude. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's funny. If you don't think it's funny, you don't have to fucking listen. You don't have to watch. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, there's just some weird shit. Like I said, it started a few years ago, and it was the left. It was the people on the left that got butthurt, and they were like, real comedy means you only punch up. You can't punch down. You can't make fun of people that are lesser than you. So if you're a cisgendered heterosexual white male, you can only make fun of other cisgendered heterosexual white male. No, that's not how it works. If I see something funny and I'm a comedian, I'm gonna fucking say it on stage because it's my job.
Yep.
You know, like, so fuck off with that shit too. But no, I didn't. I'll probably try and find it on YouTube at some point. But no, he's fucking great.
I didn't see it either.
He's one of the greatest of all time. So, speaking of one of the greatest of all time, and speaking of the shit year of 2020, we unfortunately lost one of the greats today. Alex Trebek. We did not put him in our death pool in the beginning of the year. I've had a few people text me and ask. We did not. If you go back and listen, it was out of respect, and it was also out of to avoid like a cheap win.
Yeah,
he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
You just don't live through that.
You do. That's like a 5 to 8 month lifespan.
Which
you get.
I think he lasted longer than that.
He lasted very long. He got diagnosed, I think, in either December or January. It was very close to when.
Because we did it at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, to when we did the episode. It was very close to that. And like we just said, we did it out of respect, and because we didn't want. We're not in it for the cheap thrills. Despite what you may think, 99% of the time we're in it for the cheap thrills. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, we do have some fucking standards.
But when it comes to a death pool and someone like Alex Trebek, he deserves goddamn fucking respect. Which is why I even bring it up in the first place. Like he was, in my mind, one of the very few genuinely good people that we were lucky enough to have on this shithole that we call Earth. This hell. This literal hell that is Earth. We're afforded so few people that truly to their core are genuine, kind people. Even, like, I don't know, like you can even find shit on Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, who was this fucking guy that everyone always goes, he was a womanizer, he was...
Yeah, we were canceling him at one
potentially,
point, right?
Yeah.
Or was it him or the Dalai Lama?
No, it was Gandhi.
Okay.
He didn't like some sort of Indian people, or black Indians. I don't know. There was some racial thing, so he was a racist. He was a womanizer. There have been rustlings and rumors that he potentially might have been involved with younger women too, but I don't know for sure. I don't know anything about that. You look at Martin Luther King, people will rip him apart, saying that he was a womanizer too, or didn't he beat his wife or something. I don't know. I don't know any of this.
I tend to remember Martin Luther King for the good things he did.
Exactly, like most people do. But as to reiterate, this hell that we call Earth, people will stop at nothing to find the shitty things about people. And Alex Trebek is truly one of those people that, now I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but people don't talk about it. People don't go out of their way to look stuff like that up. People aren't going to sully Alex Trebek's name because he is one of the genuinely good people in this world. And I actually sat down today and tried to think of genuine people that have not ever been part of some controversy or anything like that. And I came up with like 2.5. it was Alex Trebek, Mr. Rogers, and the half is like Dolly Parton. I'm way too fucking young to know anything about Dolly Parton from like her early career. And some people might want to be like, well, she was a sex symbol. And it's like, well, kind of, yeah, but like, she didn't really play into that as much. I don't think. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't alive in the 70s. I don't know what that was like. But she has done some incredible things in the last 20 years. She's given away so much of her money. She started a bunch of different foundations for kids to support them in education and things like that. She goes out of her way to actually be there for some like charities. Like she'll show up and do things like that. So she's pretty good. Other than that, I don't know anybody. Other than those three names, I couldn't come up with anybody. Because even you look at someone, you go like, oh, Bill Gates. Oh, nope, not anymore. Not after this year. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, what about the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation? Nope, not when you actually take a look at it and you hear some people say that it's a way to fucking try and control the world. Nope, I'm all set with that. No Bill Gates, no thanks. Richard Branson, nope, didn't he used to be a raving alcoholic? Like, I don't know, I feel like that's a big hard knock against you. Like, I don't know, like, there's no Elon Musk? Not really. Like, he's amazing, he's a great person, potentially the smartest person we've had on this earth since Albert Einstein, but isn't he kind of, he's been with like a bunch of different women, and he's got kids from different women and things like that, so, again, hey, I'm no fucking saint, I'm not trying to sit here from my fucking high horse on connotation over here and judge these other people for their misgivings in life. I am certainly not fucking perfect. But I'm saying in the world view here, in this hell that we call Earth, a lot of people would take that as a knock against you. The three people that I came up with that have no knocks against them: Alex Trebek, Mr. Rogers, Dolly Parton. But can you think of anybody else?
No, because I just genuinely assume everyone's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. So, we lost one of the great ones today. So, he's one of those people where no one will ever fill his shoes. I feel bad for the person that has to go in there and replace him, because there's going to be insane expectations. But, you know, it's one of those things where I don't know how they're going to do it. Like, so they could pick someone really fucking good that goes in and absolutely crushes it, but it'll never be Alex Trebek, and does great things and is there for 10, 15, 20 years. Alex Trebek's been doing the show since 1984. So what's that, 36 years?
20, 30.
36 years. 36 years since 1984. So, I mean, you could either find, this is where I think it's going to come in one of two ways. I think they're going to find someone who's going to do really well and he'll be there for 10, 15 years, whatever. Like I said, that's the first scenario. Or they're going to play it like Penn State post Joe Pa, where you need some guy to come in for like a year or two and just catch all the shit, and then you fire him and then you hire the real guy. Which is what they did with Bill O'Brien at Penn State. So Joe Pa steps down and then he dies, and among all of the scandals, whatever, going on at Penn State, they have Bill O'Brien. And he was the coach there for what, 2 years?
Maybe.
And then they fired him. And then they hired James Franklin.
I think Bill O'Brien may have left to go to the Texans.
Okay. Either way, he was only there for like a year or two. But he was never their guy. Like everyone knew in the sports world, he was the stopgap. You get him in there, you get a year or two out of him, you get rid of him, you go on to the next guy. They hired James Franklin after them, and he's been there ever since. So, James Franklin's now been there for what, 7 years, 8 years, something like that?
No, it can't be that much, because Bill O'Brien was the OC for the Patriots in 2011, which means he would have coached.
I mean, he was a coach of the Texans for like 8, 9 years.
I'll just look it up. So if he only did one season, that means he would have started with the Texans in 2013.
Maybe he was there 7 years. I know, because when he got fired, they came and said how long he was there, and I was like, wow, he's been there that fucking long.
2 seasons, 12 and 13.
Yeah. Yeah, so then he was with the Texans for, what, 7 seasons?
Who was in the 2014 draft? Because that was his first year, and I know they took Clowney. Who did they pass up?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Yeah, wasn't that
So I mean,
wasn't
okay,
that a shit draft?
that's a little not fair, but like, so that draft went Clowney, Greg Robinson, Blake Bortles, Sammy Watkins, Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack wouldn't have changed that franchise. Jake Matthews, Mike Evans, Justin Gilbert, Anthony Barr, Eric Ebron, Taylor Lewan, OBJ, Aaron Donald. Again, Aaron Donald is the best player. Doesn't do it for you again.
Yeah.
Kyle Fuller, Ryan Shazier, Zach Martin, CJ Mosley. Actually, this is a pretty good draft.
Yeah.
But first quarterback taken, Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Then Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy B with the moves today.
Derek Carr. Yeah. There was nothing you were going to do to fucking save that franchise with that draft.
No. So I got this other thing. Shout out to a loyal listener, a new loyal listener, Tim. He sent me this thing earlier, and it's from The Hill, which is a I don't know, it's like a political freaking magazine or something. So they say that the title says indoor concerts may be made safe from coronavirus spread. New study finds. That's only if certain, and then the byline underneath says that's only if certain strict conditions are met. So what are we doing? We're allowed to have indoor concerts again?
Not in Massachusetts.
And according to this study, it says that they might be coming. Because there was a group that said it's fine.
What did you say? Back in, I don't know, maybe August?
Yeah, that Biden's going to win, and then slowly, and I forget the actual way I worded it, but slowly and non-headliney and
Subtly.
spotless. Yeah, subtly. That's the word. Slowly and subtly, things are just going to start to like disappear and stop mattering as far as coronavirus until when we get to like January, February, we're like kind of back to close to normal. And then everyone's just like, oh wow, how'd that happen? Like it's one of those where like all of a sudden things just start to shift very subtly. And then I'm gonna fucking rage. I think that's how I ended that take in August. I said Biden's gonna come in and win, and then things are slowly gonna start to change, and then eventually they're gonna disappear, and then no one's gonna talk about it anymore by February and March, and then I'm gonna absolutely fucking explode. Because it will just put into stone that none of this actually mattered, and it was all just a political move.
Now that being said, Massachusetts has moved to a mask all the time mandate.
Yeah, which, hey, go fuck yourself.
I'm actually, you know what, I'll actually commend some of the people in Massachusetts. I've seen like people walking around, people in the parking lots, stuff like that. Not everyone's masked up all the time, which good for you guys. Like this is, if you don't think that this is fucking nuts,
Yeah.
then I don't know what to tell you.
I'm telling you, man, there's been a lot of, like, I've had a lot of people reach out and be like, because they've heard clips on the show, because I've posted the clips and stuff like that. A lot of people came out and said, like, they sent me the clapping emoji. Like, they were like, yeah, man, like, I feel exactly the same. So I think regardless, something that crosses the political line, the aisle, something that crosses the aisle is the coronavirus thing. Like whether you supported Biden or Trump, whether you're liberal or conservative or libertarian or fucking green rainbow or whatever you are, I think the general consensus is we're all sick of the coronavirus.
I think so too. I think people are. There's still people soft about it though, man.
Yeah.
There's still people soft about it. And it's like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what kind of drugs you need to be on. Like, or if you're in Oregon, let me know. Like, I don't know. I don't know what kind of drugs you need to be on where you can't recognize the numbers.
Yeah.
And you can't recognize.
We're almost a full year into this, and we know now what the mortality rate is.
For the year?
Well, the year to date.
Oh, so we need once we get to year end, I want to know what the difference is in deaths from.
Yeah, we've talked about that before too.
We can't do that yet.
Yeah, but I'm saying we know what the mortality rate is for coronavirus. It's unless you're over 75 years old, it's less than 2% or less than 1% or something. And if you're under 40, it's a fraction of a percent. Like it kills. So I think it's 99.96% of the people that get it under the age of 35 survive. So 0.04% of people that get it under the age of 35 die. That is 1/4 of 1%. Because 0.1% would be 0.1. And 0.100% would be 0.01. And we are at 0.04% death rate. Which means that is 1/100th of 1% of people that are actually dying from this. So Corona doesn't fucking kill people. And they're like, oh, but what about the old people? All right, well, you know what I just kind of am coming up with right now? Show me.
Dude, you should not be cracking over that.
That's good. No, you're not supposed to say show me.
Say anything but show me.
Show me! So get out here and show me the difference of any sickness in the mortality rate of ages. That's what I want to know. That would be a good way to compare this and see how deadly it actually is. So let's say now we know the flu technically is more deadly than the coronavirus because it kills more than 0.04% of the people that get it. But what's the breakdown by under 35? 35 to 70, and then 70 plus.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad you said that. Because I guess last Thursday, which is 2 days after a significant date, Massachusetts all of a sudden started adding all this data. They started adding all this data that's accessible to us.
Oh, wow.
What age?
That's convenient.
What age are the deaths coming from? What age are the, how deadly is it for under 18 to whatever? Then they started giving us info about nursing homes, in jails, in different counties. Wow, all of a sudden, all this info is now stuff. So now, all this info is around, and you can start to ascertain maybe some more details. Maybe we can start to see, what's going on here. What is it not spreading in schools because people under the age of whatever just aren't getting this fucking thing?
Right.
Is it not spreading in schools because the death rate is so fucking low that it really doesn't matter if you send them back in?
Right.
Yeah. Now they're going full transparency in Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's good.
Same around,
very convenient.
Of course, around the same time that they fucking give us a mask all the time, mandate.
Yep. So that's what I want to know. So if we have people under the age of 35 as a 0.04% mortality rate, and people over the age of 70 is a 4% death rate, that's a 1,000% increase, I think, or 100% increase. I don't know numbers. Let's call it 100. I like 100. It's an even number. So it's 100% increase from the death rate of under 35 to over 70. Well, what's the flu? Is the flu 1% under 35 and then it's not 10% over 70? Is it 1% under 35 and 2.5% over 70? You know what I mean? Like, what's the ratio? I want to know what's the ratio and what's the difference here. Because that's going to tell you how bad this is versus some other stuff. Like, we all know it doesn't fucking kill young people. All right, well, some of these other things don't really kill young people either. But, so if we break this down and what we end up finding is, well, yeah, if you're really old, it's probably going to kill you. Well, no fucking shit. If you're really old, you can trip and fall and it's going to fucking kill you.
A stiff breeze could probably fucking kill
Yeah. If you're really old, shit can fucking kill you. That's what happens. You get old and you die.
That's what old people do.
Like, that's what old people do. Old people are really fucking good at dying. Like, that's what happens. Like, you don't live forever. Eventually, we're all gonna die. So, yeah, cool. Maybe someone dies at fucking 78 years old that might have lived until 89. What would their quality of life been at 89? There are so many variables, and people are gonna be like, well, you're saying that because it's not your grandparent. Well, all my fucking grandparents are dead already. So, can't bring them back. Unless I want to bring them back so coronavirus can kill them again. But,
my grandmother,
like, what are we doing?
I would say probably for the last, actually almost my entire life, my only living grandparent, she has diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, and she had spinal surgery probably 2 or 3 years ago. She had stenosis around her neck.
Yeah.
If she died any day in the last, I don't know, 30 years.
Yeah.
30 is a little strong. Say, what's a fair number? 76?
Yeah.
Someone like that?
Yeah.
For everything I just threw out there? So if she died any time in the last 10 years, would anyone say, wow, I wonder what happened?
Yeah, right?
But
what is the age? That's a good point. What is the age where the wow what happened stops?
well, the wow what happened also, because here's the other thing. So like the wow what happened is all relative.
Well, because it can morph, is what I'm saying. Is the wow what happened morphs into, 77, huh? It's not super young, but like, it's still kind of early. You know what I mean? Like, people say shit like that. They're like, oh, wow, 77, like, that's kind of young, but like, you know, I could see it, whatever. Whereas like, obviously like a 44 is, wow, what happened? And then like a 92 is like, oh, they lived a good life.
Wow, 92, holy shit. Well,
you know what I mean?
And then this one might hit a little close to home, but work with me here. So, because there are some people who have a heart attack and die at like 55, 56, whatever.
Yeah.
And it happens. Now, sometimes it happens and you go, wow, what happened? Because that person generally was pretty healthy.
Right.
It was unexpected, whatever. And then sometimes it happens and that person has been smoking since they were 18.
Right.
And, you know, they've been drinking since they were 16. And they don't take care of themselves.
Right.
They are obese. And then you go, man, that is young, but, you know, that person didn't really do themselves a lot of favors either.
Right.
It's a very accurate assessment.
Yeah.
Like we even said it earlier about Alex Trebek. It's like, man, he made it a while.
Yeah. He's
Like,
80 years old. So 80, cool. You made it to 80.
if he died 6 months ago, we would have been like, yep.
Yeah.
But like, it's dude, like, and that's the thing is like, if you actually sit out there and fucking think that none of these old people would die because of no COVID, and I know what the default is.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have ran through the nursing homes the way it ran. You may be right.
Yeah.
But I may also be right. Because if one nursing home had 100 deaths, I don't know what average deaths per year in a nursing home is. It could be 100.
Yeah.
If it happened in a 2-week span, yeah, we can save through fucking kerosene on the fire. But the fire was going to burn all year regardless.
Right. Right.
So it's like all you did was just take 6 months off of something.
Right.
If anything, I'm not saying that. Even I'm not saying that.
Sped up the process. Opened up new beds.
If anything, it made operations just a little bit easier.
Streamline the process.
If anything, you just created more turnover.
But yeah, no, that's like we've said it all year too. I forget, I don't know what episode we said it on, but like at the end of the year, I want to see how many total deaths there were in 2020 versus all the other years.
And I want it worldwide, and I want to compare it to the last
because
10 years.
So this is part of what we were saying before, like when we brought it up, is like, yeah, maybe someone died of coronavirus. And maybe that person was going to die this year anyway.
Yep.
Maybe that person was going to die this year because they got hit by a truck.
Yep.
Or maybe that person was going to die this year because they were 86 years old and they were going to fall down the stairs and break their hip and die.
Or
maybe,
they had lung cancer.
Exactly. Like, if at the end of the year the amount of deaths is statistically insignificant versus all the other years, and you can do all your fucking standard deviation math and all that shit, I'm gonna be pretty pissed.
Well, again, I was doing this one day. Obviously, the deaths per year fluctuate.
Right.
And like you'll see over like a 10-year span, it'll go up, 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 up. Then it comes down. Then it goes up, 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 up. Like it does do that.
Right, but that's what I mean. Like it has to be statistically significant. Like
and I want to compare it over like 10 years.
Right. If over the last 10 years we average 1 billion people die in a year, and this year 1.02 billion people died, get the fuck off my lawn.
So this is the other thing too, is like you want to seriously fucking old man yells at a cloud. I don't know how many people die per year. Say it's 600 million. Yeah. Well, if this coming year 600,200,000 die, that's not significant. It's mathematically.
It's not.
But I'll have some fucking skinny white 19-year-old that goes to some fucking liberal arts school try to tell me that it is significant. Yeah. And I don't know, man.
It's not.
Not compared to other years. Like if you
there's also a difference.
Well, you gotta be able to grasp the fact that people die.
Well, yes, that is
some people,
step one.
Some people I don't think can grasp that.
Step one, people die. People die every day.
No matter what you fucking do, either. There are some doctors that
death, taxes, and fucking
calamari in the fourth quarter.
Yes, absolutely. That is it. Those are the only three things you can count on.
Like,
death is inevitable.
And that's the thing is like there are people that are just gonna drop dead for no reason.
Yeah.
Like COVID year, non-COVID year.
And you need to be able to separate math from emotions. This is the whole thing. We've also talked about this on the show before. I feel like this is like a cumulative episode.
This is like the recap.
Yeah. This is why people on either side of the aisle, but back in the day it was the right, and more recently it's the left, why people start to hate science. Because the science is unbiased, and most of the time. I know. Depending on who funds it, you can manipulate things. But most of the time, science and math, when done correctly, science and math are unbiased. I will say,
typically, data is data.
Yes.
Conclusions become biased.
Correct. So, the data is what it is, like you just said. So, when we say an extra 200,000 deaths isn't significant, the people get all riled up. And they're like, yes, it is. That was my family. But no, stop. I didn't say it wasn't significant to you. We're not sitting here saying that, like, all these people dying means nothing to everyone in the world.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's going to mean something to their family members that die. Regardless of coronavirus, heart attack, stroke, diabetes, falling down a set of stairs, getting hit by a car, you name it. Any death in your immediate family or anyone that you're close with is going to be significant to you. Yes. But from a mathematical perspective, it's not significant. And I feel like people can't separate that.
Here's the other thing. Here's another one. So our buddy's grandmother died this year. We went to the wake, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, with her, what if I told you that she has been practicing quarantine for the last, I don't even know how many fucking years, members.
Would that be something you were interested in?
Would that be something you'd be interested in? So she was quarantined the right way, following the protocols, and then, oh no, what the fuck happened to her? Did she fall?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she fell. Well, fuck your COVID, whatever. I mean, eventually, you know, she went to the hospital and she did die.
Yeah.
But it was because she fell.
Mm-hmm.
Following all your rules.
Yeah. She's
What do you
never left the house.
What do you have to say about that? Oh well, she dies. That's what old people do. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
And it's a fucking bummer, and it sucks. Yeah, and I didn't enjoy going to that wake, but I did. Like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you want to get fed up about anything, get fed up about the people who take advantage of people's fucking dead family members.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how much a fucking funeral costs? You know how much a casket costs?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah, true. So do I.
Yeah. This shit's fucking expensive. So, that's all that bullshit. I do want to say one last thing before we wrap this up. I have to get to this. So, I've been following. So I follow Jim Fail Nation on Instagram.
Yeah.
They're stereotypical, like, you know, like frustrated strength coach, like one of those guys. Like it's a meme Instagram thing, and so over the last couple weeks they started doing these poll competitions, and poll meaning like POLL polls, like not POLE. Like, we're not throwing poles at each other.
Wow.
They're doing them all bracket style, and they put up polls, and they have, who would you rather have? Like they did one for superheroes, and the championship the other day was it was a tag team match. So it was Deadpool and Wolverine versus Batman and Superman, and Batman and Superman narrowly edged.
How?
I don't know. You have to follow them.
I want to fucking argue that right now.
So, so then they did like the female character ones, and then the final was Wonder Woman and Scarlet Witch, and I don't know where that ended. I voted for Wonder Woman, but when I voted for Wonder Woman, not Scarlet Witch, Scarlett Johansson's character, Black Widow.
Black Widow?
Yeah. She was in the lead, but I voted for Wonder Woman. I don't know, whatever. So that's just to set up this whole thing. So now you guys understand what's going on. So they had started with the male characters, like figures or whatever. So I missed the original one. I didn't hop in until like midway through this, but I think it was like Action Stars or whatever. So they started out with John Wick. So it was in the like the male Action Star one. So it was like John Wick versus Neo, and then John Wick beat Neo. And then in the later on in the bracket, it was Jason Bourne, and then he beat him. And then it was Daniel Craig's James Bond, and he beat him. And then the next one was Morpheus, and then he beat Morpheus. And then the final one, I believe, was The Punisher. It was John Wick and The Punisher in the finals.
Which Punisher did they specify?
I think John Bernthal.
Okay.
And John Wick won. So John Wick won the male bracket. So then they were like, all right, cool. So we have this guy. He's the winner. Obviously, he's undefeated because whoever wins these brackets is going to be undefeated because it's just the nature of how it is. So then they start taking him and putting him up against other people in the polls. And so then they did the Terminator. And this is all votes by people that follow at Jim Fail Nation on Instagram. So then they have John Wick beats the Terminator. And they're like, all right, cool. Let's throw him up against Logan. He beats Logan. And then they're like, all right, let's get a little weird here. Let's throw Arya Stark at him. And he beats Arya Stark. So then, I don't know who this next person is, but it's Negan? I'm assuming it's probably like a comic thing. Negan. So then they put him up there, and then he wins there. So I believe it's right around this time when the followers of Jim Fail Nation
Walking Dead.
Oh, okay. All right. The followers decide that John Wick is going to become undefeated no matter what, and they're always going to vote for him, and it turns a little bit satirical. So now I get on board with it. Because the next one that popped up was John Wick versus John Rambo. Well, John Wick wins. So then there are like these people of Jim Fail Nation go, all right, let's throw a fucking curveball at him. Let's go John Wick versus Batman. John Wick wins. So continuing through the line, it's Bruce Lee. He's beat Bruce Lee. He's beat John Matrix. I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
He's beat Hobbs and Shaw. So that was the one too that was pretty funny. They threw John Wick versus Hobbs and Shaw together as like a 2-on-1. John Wick wins. Then they have John Wick versus Jean-Claude Van Damme. He beat him.
Seagal?
No, next they go, okay, let's see where you guys are at on this one. John Wick versus Brian Mills, which is Liam Neeson's character from Taken.
Oh.
And they say John Wick has taken Liam Neeson's daughter after Liam Neeson killed John Wick's dog. Who wins? John Wick. So John Wick beats Brian Mills. So now they're like, all right, fuck it. We're going Pierce Brosnan's James Bond. Who wins? John Wick. So now they're like, all right, let's see how fucking wild these people are that follow us are. This was the other day. John Wick versus Vegeta. So for those of you that don't know, that's a character from Dragon Ball Z who has like superpowers. Do you know who won?
Obviously John Wick.
John Wick. And then today he went up against Agent 47, which is Timothy Olyphant's character from that movie Hitman, which is also a video game.
Yeah.
The Hitman video game series. And he like blew him out of the fucking water. So as we stand, John Wick is 21-0 and he's undefeated. And according to the followers of Jim Fail Nation and the Jim Fail Nation poll results, John Wick cannot lose. It has literally been determined that no matter who you put up against him, people are going to vote for John Wick. So then today, actually this was today, they put up John Wick versus The Undertaker. Because now I have the live poll results. John Wick won 78% to 22%. They also have they've just been doing polls like the last like 2.5 weeks, because now they have like one of them was who's the better gym partner, Mike Tyson or Macho Man Randy Savage. Mike Tyson won that one. The next one is what's better, cashews or peanuts. Like it's just polls. Like that's all they do is post polls. So now the next one they had was John Wick versus Walter White, which was the guy from Breaking Bad. John Wick won with 79% of the vote.
Should have won by more.
Not even
Walter
close.
White just makes math, right?
Yeah. So then they go into like which albums are better. I'm trying to see if there was any more John Wicks. So as of right now, John Wick is 23-0. King Leonidas. They put John Wick up against King Leonidas. John Wick won with 64%. So John Wick is 24-0. We're back on the who's a better gym partner. Here's one that I think is surprisingly easy, but it's close in the polls. Would you rather lose your wallet or your cell phone? This is easy for me.
I think I'd rather lose my phone.
Yeah, same. Much rather lose my phone. 54% of people in that poll said phone.
I think I'd rather lose my phone.
So John Wick is 24-0. Does ketchup belong on eggs?
Fuck that.
Fuck no is 53%.
Thank God.
They haven't posted the John Wick versus King Leonidas one, but I can tell you right now, John Wick's gonna win. He's gonna be 25-0.
No, I don't. So I don't know how you find something more popular.
No.
And at this point, it's just fun. Like, people are just gonna vote for John Wick to make sure he continues to win.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, once he got to like 12, 13, and 0, I think people just decided that he's the ultimate winner no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
like, once he beat the Terminator, it's like, all right.
You could maybe put Stone Cold up there. That would be, like, interesting.
Yeah. But still, John Wick's an assassin.
But people are just voting on who they like.
No, well, they are, but the actual poll is...
At this point,
is
they're
who
just...
would, yes, no, I know.
So, like, the only thing I'm thinking is, in order for someone to knock off John Wick, it just has to be someone that everybody likes.
Yeah, but they... Because you also are going to have people that still follow by the rules. So, it's, in order to win against John Wick, you have to sway the people that are going to follow by the rules. So, you'd have to have someone... Like a Jason Bourne would be someone that's, like, really good, but John Wick beat him.
You might need, like, fucking Genghis Khan.
Like General Patton. Like, if you threw General Patton out there, I don't know. That might be an interesting one. Where you throw, like Marcus Luttrell, or, like, Clint Romachet.
I don't even know who
like any of those guys. So they're Marcus Luttrell is the guy from Lone Survivor.
Okay.
Clint Romachet is a Medal of Honor recipient. But, like, if you throw those guys out there, I don't know, maybe it'd be close. I still think John Wick gets it. But I wanted to share that because it's been giving me such joy and laughter over the last week. In a time,
you're not supposed to have joy and laughter.
In a time full of, like, people screaming at each other and hating everything and all that shit, Jim Fail Nation on Instagram has given me joy. So I wanted to share all that with you guys. Because that's what we're in it for, right? We're here to spread joy.
Yep.
Yep.
That's me.
At the end of the day.
That's me spreading joy.
Yeah. Ball of fucking sunshine.
Yeah, that's me. Mr. Sunshine out my fucking ass, John Denver.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Before we wrap this up, we gotta say thank you to MyBookie. That's right, because MyBookie.com. We have a promo code now. Use the promo code SarcasmPod. As I look across the room and I see the TV with Sunday Night Football on. What's the score right now? Do you know? Can you see?
It's 7-0 in the first quarter. Saints are up, and I believe they are on the opposing 20-yard line.
Okay.
Need under 25.
Yeah.
Got that extra half point though.
Yeah. So you got that extra half point on MyBookie.com.
MyBookie.
So
MyBookie is my bookie.
Yes. So you can use the link in our bio either on Instagram or Twitter that has a link directly to sign up. Or if you're already a customer of MyBookie, good choice. You can use our promo code SarcasmPod. That's just SAR.
Don't fucking spell it.
CASM.
Don't fucking insult
POD,
people.
right? I want to see if I can spell it. Sarcasm Pod will double your deposit up to $1,000, and also they'll throw in a $20 free play in there too. So if you deposit $100, they'll give you $100, and then they'll also throw in an extra 20 in there too. So big shout out to MyBookie.com.
Get that shit downloaded too, because we might have to put in some Masters futures.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm down to bet. We're gonna do a big Masters preview show on Wednesday that will come out on Thursday morning, which is the first day of the Masters, where I'm most likely gonna be calling out of work on Thursday morning.
Oh, I fucking wish I could.
Because it's day one of the Masters, and
I really fucking wish I could.
You think I'm gonna do anything other than watch the Masters? No. We've talked. We're gonna start watching old Masters this week. As soon as, starting tomorrow. Well, we have Monday Night Football tomorrow, but outside of Monday Night Football, the rest of the week, we're watching old fucking Masters reruns.
Fuck.
It's Masters week, bitches.
Fuck me. This is Masters week.
It is.
Oh, god damn it. I really wish I was ready, because I would give you guys a play-by-play of what to watch leading to get excited for it.
Yeah.
But I don't have a list. Like, obviously, so, like, the big ones, like, kind of working backwards is fuck Adam Scott. He's Australian. Sorry, guys. Surge, he's a piece of shit. Eurobum. I mean, 2011, you could watch the final stretch where Charles Schwartzel birdies the last 4 holes to win.
Yeah.
And Jason Day, Mark Leishman, Aussies, fucking crap their pants.
Yep.
That's also the Masters where Roars was leading, made in, I think he shot 80, and he hit it to like these cabins off of the 10th hole, or the 11th tee, that the only reason that you will have ever seen those cabins is because he hit a ball there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have no idea that these cabins even exist. So he fucking dumps his shorts in 2011. I mean, there's some Phil ones mixed in, like Phil finally wins in 04.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back, that's probably pretty cool. You know what? I bet you it's not that cool now. At the time, I remember it was like, Phil could never fucking win a major.
Yeah.
Just couldn't fucking do it. Because Tiger kept fucking stomping him out. And then eventually he finally did it.
Yeah.
97 is Tiger running away with it.
Yep.
Probably worth your time. 96 was the Greg Norman meltdown. He had a 6-shot lead and fucking lost. Then I think you're getting back to like the 80s. Like Larry Mize wins on a chip in.
Yeah.
88, 87, I forget which one.
So you can get all these on YouTube, right?
Oh, just keep looking. Yeah, if you want to find the final round, you can fucking find it. 86 is Jack Nicklaus. I don't know what you can find before 86. I know you can find the final round of 86.
Yeah.
And the final round of 86 is great because whether you like Jack or not, you get to see Seve shit his pants. You get to see Greg Norman shit his pants. And someone who's like me is a cynical fuck. And I have to hear about, oh, Seve, blow me fucking Seve. Fuck off, fuck this guy. And I get to see him dump one in the fucking water.
Let's go.
And Jack even said, he goes, I heard it. It wasn't a roar. He goes, I knew Seve dropped it in the pond. I'm like, ha, you fucking douchebag.
Yeah. I'm so fucking excited. And then we'll have a whole rundown on Wednesday. Well, Thursday's show, we're gonna do it Wednesday, so.
Yep.
Yeah, so you want
maybe release it Wednesday night.
Yeah, we could do that too.
Surprise
we could do a
release.
special. Yeah. We surprise released the election show on that Tuesday night. Which also, if you're watching on the YouTube show again, finally, we
phone died.
Yeah, we couldn't get the whole thing down and recorded, and the phone died, and then it was just a whole thing. We went for like almost 4 hours, so there was no way my phone was gonna keep recording. So because then we would have had to edit audio with Jones and Finn to get them into the video, and to do that for an incomplete video just didn't seem worth my time.
Nope.
So sorry if you're a loyal YouTube watcher, it just didn't work out. We didn't have enough fucking. We didn't have the right materials, which you can help us if you buy some shirts. Go on the link in our bio on our Instagram page or our Twitter page, and we got merch now. So you buy some merch. Maybe we can afford a good camera so that when we go 4 hours again, the camera won't die and I won't have to sit here and splice the audio to the video.
Or if you want to buy a shirt and leave like a note that says, please don't go for 4 hours anymore, but I still want this shirt.
Yeah.
I don't want people to be like, oh, I don't want to support more 4-hour shows.
Yeah,
I have
no.
enough of you fucking morons.
Yeah, we definitely don't need more of that. But yeah, you can buy merch. You can also sign up on MyBookie, like I previously stated. That will help us out as well. And they're not a sponsor, but I do want to give a shout out to Liquid IV. They're pretty cool guys. I reached out to them to see if they did want to sponsor us, and they said that they are.
They said no.
they said no.
They don't.
But they sent us a really cool fucking like care package. So it was all a bunch of different stuff from Liquid IV, and they sent us a cool little like bottle and stuff. So they said they're all booked up as far as podcast sponsorships go right now, but maybe someday in the future.
AK no.
Yeah.
But here's some free shit. So shut up.
Yeah, they sent us some free shit. So whatever, they're cool. I've been using Liquid IV for a long time now. So they said they're not a sponsor, but fuck it, whatever. I'll give them a free ad. That being said, you want to wrap this up?
Yeah. So the preview of the Masters preview show.
Yes.
I was listening to No Laying Up, which is a different podcast, and they were interviewing Matt Kelly, who is the caddy for Mark Leishman, and they were going through like whatever on the course, and if you know anything about Augusta National, they do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want.
Correct.
So if they just want to bring trees in and put them where the fuck they want to, they do, because there's a nursery nearby.
Yeah.
Like if they want to fucking, like tomorrow, if they decide, hey, we're using a different ball, they could do it.
Yeah.
Because Augusta National does not give a fuck. The Masters does not give a fuck. They will do whatever the fuck they want.
Yep.
Back in 03, people were criticizing them for their stance on certain things. And what ended up happening was they said, fuck it, fuck you, no commercials, no sponsors, we'll put this thing on ourselves. So if you have any idea of what this place is about, there you go.
Yeah.
So what he did say was, whether he was kidding, not, legit, whatever, I believe it.
Yeah.
He says on the 13th hole at Augusta, which is par 5, it's one of the more famous holes in the world, and it gets every time. The one annoying thing about this week is now we have to listen to people bitch about the 13th hole. It's ruined. It's too short. These guys hit it too far. Blah, fuck off.
Yeah.
Not that fucking hard. But what he said is, there's a tree limb that hangs over.
Oh yeah, I know all about that tree limb.
From the left side. During the tournament. For 4 days. For the other 361 days, it gets pulled up with a cable. They have tree limbs
that's
get
awesome.
They get lowered down for the tournament.
Yeah, so I know all about that hole and that tree because I've hit it multiple times while playing Tiger Woods PGA 14.
If it wasn't the Masters, tree limb wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
They literally lower down tree limbs. It cannot be the only one.
No, it can't.
It can't be.
No.
So they literally, like, people will be like, oh, the azaleas always look so good. Yeah, well, they freeze them. And they put them out.
Yeah.
For the Masters. Like, this is everything they do. Like, this is what this place is.
Right.
They literally lower fucking tree limbs down for the tournament. I thought that was phenomenal.
That's amazing. That just brought me joy. a small glimpse of joy.
Yeah, but that is the hole where they're talking with Bryson. So
yeah,
people say it. They go, yeah. Sometimes it just seems like one year the trees are all of a sudden they're just taller.
Yep. Well, it's because they are.
Yep. Or all of a sudden
they're wider.
It might seem like that tee is moving really, really close to those trees.
Yeah.
Taking out his fucking line. But,
yeah. You're gonna have to hit a hefty draw.
If they move the tee far enough, he won't be able to.
Yeah.
Because he's talking about hitting it into the. I don't want to do all this now, but
yeah.
He's talking about hitting it into the 14th fairway, which is like through the fucking tree straight ahead.
So I could see that. Yeah, we'll do that on Wednesday. All right. So my final thought. I want to give another shout out to Mike, who listens to the show, who sent me this earlier, and he provided me with my final thought. So.
This Mike won the pool week, whatever, Mike?
Yes. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So the same people who take politicians seriously are the ones that think strippers actually like them. He sent me that, and I was like, that is incredible. That might be one of the most accurate things I've seen anyone say during this entire election cycle. The same people that take politicians seriously are the ones that also think the strippers actually like them. Now, for any of you that are listening out there that have never been to a strip club, when you go, typically the strippers will come over and try and talk to you. If you're us at the place in Portland, they keep walking right past
they keep
us.
Moving.
Because
me, you, and Nico sitting at a table.
Yeah.
No one bothered us.
Nope, no one came over. They fucking picked out Jimo and Finn, and they fucking went after him. And Vinny, yeah. No, was Finn there with us, or was it just Jimo and Vinny?
Actually, I don't know. Finn had to have been. Where the fuck else would he have been?
Yeah. Well, no, I thought it was like the before everyone else got there. Finn might have not have come up yet.
No. Dude, I really think Finn was there.
Oh, did we go back a second time?
No, we just
went once. I don't know. He could have been. He could have been. But they fucking went after them, and they took one look at me, you, and Nikos, and just kept fucking walking. because they're there to make money at the end of the day. That is their job. So their job is to try and make you feel good about yourself and that they actually like you.
I think they took one look and go, nope, not going to happen.
Yep, I'm not going to get any money from these dickheads.
No, I'm not going to make them feel any better.
That's true. That's also very true.
But I can feel the hate coming off.
We were also in fucking Portland, Maine. Like, what was that, 2 years ago now?
I don't even know.
2 and a half?
What is time?
2.5 years ago, something like that. I don't know. So, and I thought that was really good. I thought that was a very, very insightful share by Mike. Because it's their job to trick you into thinking that they like you. So
the same way politicians are tricking you into thinking that
they care about you.
That they're here for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they care about your needs.
Exactly. And it's just hilarious because we've had another friend go to a strip club and come back, and I finished the story for him. And because there was like, oh yeah, this girl, the stripper, like she was really cool, she was really into me, and I go, did she give you a number? He's like, yeah, she did. That's weird. Never heard of that before. She must really be into you. And lo and behold, she fucking just ghosted him. I think she might have met him for one drink once and then ghosted him. But I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about.
Well, it's happened to like several of our friends.
Well, yeah.
This is the way it goes. You get their number, you might text them, and then they'll be like, yeah, let's go, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they're working that day.
Yep. Oh, you should come see me at work instead.
Come see me at work.
Yeah.
Therefore, they get more money. And,
Yep. Yeah, but she really likes me.
I bet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Loser! 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 So yeah, thanks Mike for that. I think that's fucking great.
Speaking of fucking loser, the Saints are absolutely sticking it in the Bucks right now. It's 14-0.
Good.
I think it's still the first quarter too.
Oh, sick. How's
that includes a Saints fumble on the 1 yard line. That was recovered by Tampa.
Good. So, well, that's going to be another loss for this guy if this goes over when I have the under. So we'll continue to lose units on the end of the day today. But that's going to do it for us. So thank you for watching if you're on YouTube. If you're still watching, click the thumbs up button. The more thumbs up we get, the more subscribers we get, the more visible the show becomes, and then it's a cascade effect. So we get more and more popular for the more thumbs up we get. So let's help us get seen by more people. Subscribe, thumbs up, subscribe wherever you're listening too. Keep telling people, leave us a review if you're on iTunes too. Apparently, the other podcast I listen to, they've started to discover that the engagement is what matters as far as podcast rankings. So the more reviews that are left and ratings, like a little 5-star rating on iTunes and all that, the more of those you get and the more comments that are there, the higher the ranking of the show will be, because they look at it as like, oh, people actually care enough to engage with this shit. So if you're listening on iTunes, give us a subscribe, give us a 5-star, and leave us a quick review too. Even if you leave a review and said, hey, I'm here to leave a review because you told me to. Whatever. The more reviews we get, the more chance we'll actually have to get ranked. And then the more people will see the show. And again, it's a catch-22. It's a positive feedback loop. So you can also find us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_Speaks. Our Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. And until next time, when we come at you with the Masters preview, happy Masters Week, everybody.